Hello everyone. Today in this video, I'll be explaining about what is meant by a dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality reduction. So I'll explain you with the help of an example. Okay. So first of all, dimensionality reduction is nothing but an example of unsupervised learning. Okay. It comes under unsupervised learning technique. Why are we actually doing this dimensionality reduction? Reason that we are actually doing this dimensionality reduction is just to simplify data without losing much information. Okay, so without losing any much information, we want to simplify our data. How do we do it? Just have a look at. So for example, this is my old feature 1, old feature 2. Okay, now what I'll do is I will and imagine and always imagine that these two features are correlated with each other. Okay, so for example, if we have two features or more than two features and those features are actually correlated with each other, then we have a freedom of merging those both two features into one single feature. Okay, for example, I will merge these two and I'll become a new feature. Okay, I'll make a new feature. So this is a new feature wherein I have merged the feature 1 and the feature 2. Okay, now I have got some new feature. Why am I actually doing this? Why? Because these two features are highly correlated with each other. Okay, and if these two are correlated with each other, then we can easily merge them into one. Okay, just to simplify our data. Why? Because we have many columns, maybe huge number of columns, but in our model building we don't need all of them. Okay, I'll explain you what is the advantage of merging these two features into one single feature. I mean, what is the exact advantage of dimensionality reduction? I'll explain this in the end of the video. So for example, this thing, I'll give you an example. Imagine this old feature is nothing but a car mileage. Imagine this is a car mileage. Okay, and imagine this is the car age. So car age is highly correlated with car mileage. Okay, then I'm actually combining these two into a particular new feature, that is this feature. Okay. Mm. So this new feature actually represents the car wear and tear. Okay, imagine car wear and tear, in the sense it this particular new feature, it will represents both the car mileage and the car age. Okay, so this process is nothing but we call it as feature extraction. We are extracting the new features based on the old features. Okay, so this is nothing but a feature extraction. Now, this is about dimensional reduction. Now, I'll explain what is the exact advantage of it. Why are we actually doing this? Okay. So, if you reduce dimensions of your training data, this is my training data. Here, I'll be having so many columns and so many records, everything. Okay. And here, approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns are there. And in the after performing dimensional reduction, I have reduced it to only 4 columns. Okay. Earlier it has 7 columns. Now it has become only 4 columns. Okay. So if you reduce dimensions of your training data from 7 columns to 4 columns, then what happens? I mean, using a dimensional reduction technique, then uh, I mean, before even feeding it to the algorithm, for example, we usually feed this training data to our algorithm. Okay. Even before feeding this entire data to algorithm, we have simplified our data from 7 columns to 4 columns. Okay. So then what happens? The first advantage is it runs faster. Okay. And the second one is it occupies very less disk and memory space. It will only take very less disk and memory space. Also, it would be very much efficient. It performs very well. So these three are the advantages when it comes to the topic of dimensional reduction. That's all for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Jai Hind.